Should be back. My allergies are going crazy. Are we back? Hello? Hello? Bagel?
Hold on. I'm
Oh,
trying to
okay.
find all my terms.
Salem Cat says rip.
They always have fucking a bunch of shit added to this weird thing. What if I got known the path that we trust and wanted to hear now my name
Who the
is
fuck is Henry?
Henry?
What do you mean who is Henry? Henry's my stream notifier. Are we back? Is this, do we look good? Are we not lagging as much? Oh, I was like, wait, what? Did Bagel get banned? I was wondering what was... Oh, you're blocking the terms. Okay, okay.
You get kind of where I'm going with it is because it does literally, because they change the yours because they think that's what's banned. But when you ban the website, just in general, it's just like, because they're not going to try to censor it because the people are going to copy and paste it. So
Right.
when you do that, it makes it easier.
Ah. Hey, you can... What? What do you mean block the... What do you mean Hawk Tua?
Stop! The chat can't see it. Only you can.
Why are you blocking these ones? Why are you blocking Hawk
I'm
Tua?
blocking all the ones. I'm blocking all the words that I have banned in mine.
Why do you have Hawk Tua banned in yours?
Because there's specific reasons.
Why?
Because there's very specific words. You can remove them if you would like.
Simp. Chat, I'm watching Bagel block a whole bunch of a bunch of a whole bunch of things so that we can not get as many bots. Go cook me a sandwich.
Stop. This is literally a list I got from a fucking person.
Oh my gosh. Cheap viewers.
There you go. I added 35 terms for you.
God
I hope
damn.
you know. You want to know how many are... You want to know how many terms I have on mine?
How many? How many?
I want you to take a guess.
100.
A little more.
130.
Yeah. 148.
Damn.
The reason why I have it is because it's a list of banned words and just a whole chat that I used to just...
Why is Stone just staring at this like that?
Back in the good old days. Back in the good old days.
Bagel, where are you?
None your business, huh? Did you think of that one?
Wow.
Wow, you're the youngest person ever. I really want French fries, gang. I really want French fries, gang. I'm half tempted to just order from freaking McDonald's, just a basket of fries. Is it bad? Stone. Stay away! Hi, Stone.
I gotta wait. We gotta wait for like our. I think we're waiting on Suki.
Yeah, they're still in the game. They don't play.
Suki.
ABC for dial dis attempt. 2 Cocos, 2 Tishas, 2 Astros, 1 Flight, 1 Bassie, dis dial.
If you
Why
have
are you
enough,
saying stay away? I want to know why they're saying stay away. I kind of love. I heart Goob.
because it's kind of funny. The goobs are saying stay away to each other. They're copying each other.
What if I become
There's
Master
Suki.
Goob and I just. No, I'm the top tier Goob because I'm the one that has the black and white.
I don't have Bobette. We're all just like, stay away. Damn it.
Where's my mastery at with Pebs? 134, 35 out of 145 for the ability, and then 130 items picked up. And I need to pick up 200, so I'm gonna quickly go run downstairs and low-key make me some fries.
Why are they all vintage Bobette and Cole? That's wild. That's wild. Well, while we're waiting for Bagel, I'm gonna see where else. Did I even post it onto Blue Sky? I did. Yippee! Do 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 do. What other socials do I have? Oh yeah, I have that. If I can actually spell. Because apparently your streamer can't spell, guys. Yippee! Yay! Hmm. Who's Glory Box? Who's that? I forgot who that was. I don't know who that is. Wait, who is that? I'm not recognizing the thing. But yeah, if you guys want if y'all want a better stream quality, commissions. get my commissions because, you know, your stream is so cool and awesome and, you know. We're waiting on Big Al. I don't wanna wait. I don't wanna wait. Then I gotta wait. I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting some more.
So, depressing news.
Oh no.
We don't have frozen French fries.
No!
That means I have to order food.
Aw. Oh.
I think about like $40 in my account.
What? What?
We can do a run.
Okay.
We can do a run.
Guys, are y'all ready? Is Stone watching stream? Okay. I was like, wait, is Stone watching or are they just in here? Let's try that new matchmaking feature out.
Hold on.
Hold on, get in.
Okay, I'm coming.
Hurry. Hold up, we gotta leave. No! Wait! No!
Oh, I went to the wrong side! I thought you guys were over there.
Oh my gosh,
Who did
we gotta
lose?
wait. We lost just Val. We gotta get him back. Get back over
my
here.
bad, guys. I ran to the wrong side because I didn't know you guys went because I was turning my Wi-Fi off on stuff.
Oh my gosh.
So I could actually not lag. My bad. My goat.
Your textures are having a seizure? Oof. I do like my cool special way of moving.
Nope, I'm still lagging.
Okay, get in. And then join matchmaking.
Hello?
Join matchmaking.
Why is it not letting me on?
I don't know.
Tried. Am I gonna be by myself?
It didn't put us in a matchmaking server. Probably because everybody didn't do that. Super funny? What do you mean super funny? Obsidian, ever so often, your face looks like it was taken straight out of a horror game for a split second. Oh no. Oh no. Oh wait, I don't think we're... Hold
Now
up.
the question is, should I get McDonald's or should I get Wendy's?
Wendy's. Wendy's nuts. Why are we all
So what I'm
distractors?
hearing
Literally.
is So
You're
what I'm hearing
Timu
is
Bassi
put
now?
McDonald's.
No, Wendy's.
I played in a match with just a bunch of Bassies. I'm just living. Nah, we're doing freaking McDonald's because they have good fries.
You remember last night
Wendy's
when those...
has some okay fries.
You remember last night when those two Bassies were just trading each other constantly, and all you
I know.
heard was their...
It's just over here.
Oh,
And
hi,
Louie.
Tisha.
Hey, we've
Hi,
been
Louie.
throwing both of the twisted.
How the fuck did you hit me there? How did she hit me there?
You act like you're complaining.
I'm confuzzled. I'm very confuzzled. I'll protect you. I just
Don't
look
worry,
over
guys.
and I just
I'm on
see
a
Suki
machine.
just like eating everything in sight.
Salem Cat says, "All right, Emma, go by."
Oh.
Love you. Take care.
See you later.
Salem
miss
Cat
you.
says, "Love you too." Salem Cat says,
I'll miss
bye.
you.
Bye.
Oh, SMH.
Salami's gone. We ain't got no more salami. I think I can put my music back on now.
Just be careful.
I can. My music back's on.
Hi,
My music's back
hugs.
on.
Yay.
My music paused. The hell? Excuse me, play. What? 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 What the fuck? Excuse me? Oh, shit.
What?
It stopped and then it said that it wasn't playing anything. Excusez-moi. You better play.
Medium Popic Tropic Refresher with
Okay, there we
lemonade.
Ooh, that sounds good. I think this is this is better. I think this is doing a lot better. Yippee. Although I had to put my bitrate back up or back down. Yeah. My gosh, Twisted Pebble, floor 2. How could you? How
What?
could you do that to me? Why would you pull
Who?
me? Why would you pull me there?
They just love you. I don't know. Goob is the greatest of them all.
Yeah, but I was trying to grab my Twisteds and they pulled me.
But Goob is the best of them all. Bassie! Bassie! There's a med. Med. Band. 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 Bassie.
They're like, Caitlin's sank.
Bassie. 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 Where's Bassie? Bassie, come with me.
They're
Come
like,
with me.
fine. They're like, fine.
Come here. Get over here. You're Bassie. You have to pick up the meds.
Oh my gosh.
Pick it up.
Oh my gosh. Damn,
I love how you're
Bagel.
looking in.
What?
Fuck you. I can't believe I picked that up. I can't believe I picked that up.
What did
I
you
did
do?
not think that was gonna work. I did not think that was gonna work. They
Bagel,
threw
are you
it back on the
are
ground.
you lagging?
And I picked it up through the wall. Am I? Did I just see you teleport a bit? Maybe I'm lagging. How did I pick that up from the fucking wall? How did I pick that up through the fucking wall? How? 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 How?
Yeah, it's really laggy right now. Oh my gosh, why did my ping like double? Yeah, go
Bessie.
back down. You go back down. You go back down. Don't go back up. Don't you
Bessie,
dare go
why
back
did
up.
you re-drop that med? Why did
Hurry
you
up,
re-drop
Sprout
that
Man.
band?
You could do faster.
Sprout, I'm here for positive reinforcement.
Wee. Wee.
Because apparently people are bullying you, Suki.
Get to work.
Man, they're not playing apparently. Holy crap.
Are you lagging? Sprout, your aggro
Am I lagging?
tapes. Your fucking aggro tapes. Your aggro. You forgot to grab your aggro tapes. I can't believe you.
Do they no longer do the basket of fries? That's actually really sad.
Oh. You're not functional right now. Neither am I. I need to go back to bed. Oh, hey, Finn. I need to find... I see pop... I'm gonna murder you, and then I'm gonna fucking murder you again.
You should have pulled me, dude. Finn's over here.
I know.
Poppy's over here.
Hugs for all but a specific dog. Double homicide? Bark at him. Bark at Goob.
I can't, I just used my ability to
Fuck.
save Goob.
Sprout! There's tapes right here.
Oh, I've been
Good
picking
job.
up tapes this whole time.
Bagel! Bagel!
Hey, you picked up my stealth candy, Suki. You picked up my stealth candy. What are you doing?
They have to use those to get tapes. As a
But I
sprout,
like
you
my stealth
basically
candy.
gotta eat all the candies and all the stuff on the floor to get like even more tapes.
Remember, I need to pick up 200 items.
Slay! Yeah, Sprout needs tapes, though.
No, I'm mad at you.
Stairs.
I'm
It's
mad
not
at you.
even. It's not
Mad at
even like
you.
the actual like stairs. It's just stairs,
I'm
like
mad
the
at you.
stairs that I'm going to push
I'm mad at
Goob
you.
down because I'm pissed off.
They made me sad because they said they wouldn't hug me, and that made me feel sad. Pads, you could pet me. Actually, I changed my mind. I love Goob too much. I love Goob too much to be mad at them. I love Goob too much to be mad at them. I love Goob too much to be mad at them.
I'll murder Goob in cold blood.
No! I
No more
will
Goob.
literally fight to keep Goob alive. If you dare take the Twisteds to Goob, I will bark. I'm the sole protector of Goob now. I'm
What
the
the
sole
hell?
protector of Goob now. I am the sole protector of Goob. You will be safe with me, Goob.
Oh great, now I gotta kill
I'll make
Pebble.
sure they can't. You can kill me as long as you don't get Goob. I'll jump in front of the thing.
I'm gonna murder you. If we get Dial's floor, I'm gonna fail a skill check and then lead him to you. You know! You better not! runner. Honestly, to be honest, ooh, bottle pop. I am pretty tired right now. This might not be like one of my longer streams. It might be a shorter stream. Hey, you know how you're my backup
you took my
distractor. Hehe.
Jesus, you fucking robbed me, and that was Roger. I'm sorry, Goob. I'm sorry, Goob. Goob, I got it, Goob. Don't worry, I got this. They can mug me any day, as long as you're safe. Thank you, Sprout. I didn't know that was Roger. You can rob me, I guess, Gigi, because you already took my most important thing, which was my damn band.
Someone's
I
car
didn't
is
have
going
anything
off.
important. I can hear it.
You can hear it?
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, Gigi, I didn't expect you, and you took my band from me.
Tee.
You took my band from me.
Tee.
I picked that band up by Bassie, but Bassie dropped it. I didn't even mean to pick it up. Only
Tee.
if Bassie didn't fucking drop the band, we would still have a band in the match.
Tee.
I almost hurt Goob. I couldn't do it. I can't do it.
El
That hurt
Macaco
my
says,
whole heart.
bagel! Guess what I got?
El Macaco, did you get a new house? No, I don't want it, Bassie!
Did you get new wires?
Ah!
Chicken sandwich? You had a chicken sandwich. There's a band-aid.
There's a Gigi.
they
Hey,
picked
I'll
up the
take that band. Who's a... Sprout, I didn't bring Gigi. Sprout, I didn't
They're
bring
like,
Gigi.
oh, wow. Oh, wow. I can't believe you. How could you?
You know what? I side with Goob. Whatever Goob picks, I pick.
What the fuck? And when you're functional, you get nothing. It's because I wasn't distracting that blower.
Thank you, Sprout. I appreciate
Is
it,
that Goob?
Sprout. Love
Oh no,
you,
that's
Sprout.
a chair.
I am taking this smoke bomb though.
Come on, Finn. Come on, Brittany.
And I'm gonna go order my food. What should I
Y'all,
get?
chat, I am 9 away from having to do a cooking stream. That's wild. Sprout, there's some tapes over here. Bagel, don't smoke the bomb.
What?
Bagel, don't smoke the bomb.
Hey?
Yeah, don't smoke the bomb. Also, El Macaco got a chicken sandwich.
Good for you, Elmo. I'm so happy for you. I don't even want fucking McDonald's anymore because the shit's so bad.
Yeah.
Where am I? Goob! I'm lagging. Goob's walking in place.
Oh no.
Oh, Goob pulled me from where I was at. Oh, that's why I was moved. Oh, I'm so... Goob, you're great. I love you.
Oh wait, I
fucking
just
love
realized
Goob.
that's
Goob is
probably
just
why,
so
like,
good.
last run, when we got Pebble for the first time, that's probably why, like, I had gone over somewhere, like, to hide while I, like, freaked out because Pebble scared the shit out of me. And then suddenly I looked over and I moved somehow. It probably was Goob. I probably got pulled. Oh my gosh, I'm, like, actually tired right now. Perhaps. It'd be kind of funny if I just, like, fell asleep or something. Just goes completely, like, still and silent.
Large classic chocolate frosty.
Oh yeah, I have Oreo ice cream. But it's not actually, like, Oreo ice cream. It's more like, Oh my gosh, why
Thanks
am I
for
so
the
tired?
hug, Scoob. Thank you, Goob.
Why am I so
You're the
tired right
best.
now?
You're the best, Goob. You're
I'm
the
like sitting
best.
here trying to
You're the
focus in
best.
and I can't
You're the
focus.
best. Low key. What should I get else?
I think
I want.
Suki did all of the machines.
Suki did looking at. I was looking at French fries.
Oh my gosh.
It's because I really want French fries.
Thank you, Coffee Bot!
Medium fry.
Medium
Mayonnaise
white
and ketchup.
circle.
I really want French fries. I really want French fries, gangsters.
Oh, fuck. Goob Peb versus serial killer dog Louie. You're gonna probably hop off the game so you can find a screenshot of your textures lagging. Oh. Ah! Oh my gosh!
What the hell?
Why did she try cutting me off? And remember,
She's not playing.
Obsidian bagel the goose.
And remember, when the government says they won't do that, I'm a goose? Yeah, no dip. I'm a goops. Guys, Dandy run, Dandy run, Dandy run.
Dude, I already bought. I already bought.
You asked, Dandy run from now on.
Makako says that you are a goose. And you are, in fact, a goose.
Yeah, this was made by the wonderful, amazing Puka Goat.
I see Baxton and Cosmo.
Oh, Bassie, thank you for giving everyone items.
Explodes in what happens if you didn't buy any, or if you don't buy anything? Dandy comes and fucks everything up.
I am lagging, apparently. I am lagging. My ping's at 700.
Damn!
It's probably because I'm trying to order food.
Ah, probably.
Yeah, my thing's all lagging. I'm all lagging everywhere.
I'm all sleepy.
Are you gonna go bed?
I might.
Bye after this round.
I don't know why I'm so tired right now. It's probably because I basically pulled an all-nighter, but I literally like fell asleep at 7 and woke up at 2. So that's like what? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. That's still 7 hours of sleep.
I don't think I'm gonna get food, actually. I lied to myself. I'm not gonna get food. I am gonna pick up this med kit, though. Unless you want it. Do you want a med kit?
I have 2 med kits and a bop.
Okay, then I will take it. Because I have a stealth candy, a band, and a med kit. Because I don't like picking up meds. Specifically because they heal 2 hearts. And I only have one. Yay! A hug!
You slept for 2 and then 4 hours. Oof.
Yeah, I think if I'm really hungry, I'm just gonna have some spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
I really want fries though. I'm craving fries. I'll buy frozen French fries tomorrow. What if I bark right now? Hey, gator, 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 gator.
What?
Gator. Oh, Sprouts.
Check runs and
Gator,
photos.
gator, 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 gator.
Why are you saying gator?
Why aren't you saying gator?
Gayer?
There you go. Now you're getting it.
Gayer.
Gary!
What the fuck?
We got
Oh my god, that's actually terrifying! Oh my
Wait, what
god! Okay, look at my stream and
happened?
like look at the runs and photos and look at the video of that they took. Is that a band-aid? That is a band-aid.
Can I just go into your thing? Where's your server at? There it is.
That's horrifying. That is actually horrifying.
The fucking textures is crazy.
That is horrifying.
That's so fucking funny.
That
I
is
love
actually horrifying.
That just made my mood worse. That's so
That
fucking
is
funny to me.
horrifying.
I'm giggling my ass off over that now. I'm giggling. I'm
That's
giggling. I'm
horrifying.
giggling.
I have become one of those fucking analog horrors.
The analog and horrors is like my favorite thing now.
I guess I'm an analog horror.
Berry Boy bad.
Berry Boy bad.
Berry
What
Boy.
happened?
Why is Berry Boy bad?
Why is Berry Boy
damn,
bad?
Oh, capsule. I must get my research. I don't need research. I just want it. God bless you. Oh, hi, Connie. Converse. Give me that tape. What if I come in here and I just bark?
Sorry.
An item. What item? I'll take it. I was so startled, I barked.
Because of my sneeze.
Your sneeze is scaring me. No! No, no, no.
I have
the finest goods are in Dandy's shop.
I have the. Don't die from COVID! I don't have COVID. I don't have COVID. I just have allergies.
If you do, take the
What?
Wait, what? Who said what? She said what?
What?
Blackout!
What? I don't think there's a blackout. I'm back, yes. I've been back for 38 minutes. I'm also very sleepy. I'm sitting here, like, going, like, trying not to go to bed. Sleep stream, guys. where Bagel just starts playing movies for y'all.
What am I? Where did I come into the equation?
Because you're in the call.
Oh.
You're, like, witnessing my mental, like...
Whoa, 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 story of under a tail. My bad. My bad. I still got aggro on me. Hey. Hey. I didn't say we could play Past and Twisted. Hey. Hey! Hey!
Fuck!
Oh,
Oh my gosh, that was
I
immediate!
had to play around. Oh, hi, Toodles. Hi Doodles. Hi Doodles.
Doodles.
Cause it's one for the night to the moon is high.
Hey, that's a
one for the
that is a perfectly
heart.
primed machine.
Stop. Don't call my perfectly primed machine out. Don't you know?
That was a perfectly primed machine, dude. You could almost go to bed right now. Like, I could literally go to bed right now. But I have to wait until at least 10 o'clock.
They're trying to kill you. Run, Goob. Run. Bark, bark, grr. That's right. Oh. Ran right into the wall.
Honestly,
Sleepy. Since Obsidian's sleepy, I guess I have to fill in. Hello, guys. Welcome back to another
humor's
Bing
so
Mayaga
broken.
stream. Slap
You're-
camera.
You keep giggling every time
Everyone-
Sprout doesn't get the camera. Or, huh? There's
What are
two
you hiding
band-aids.
at?
I said get the camera. I said Sprout get the camera.
Sprout, look at me. Tell
The
me I'm not gay.
delay.
I took that
The
pen, by the way. I
delay.
took that pen.
There's
There's
two.
a tape right here.
There's like 3 tapes over
There's
here.
a tape over here.
There's like
There's
3
a
tapes
band
over
over
here
here.
in a band.
Hey,
There's like
Sprout.
3 tapes in a band.
Hey, Sprout, look, there's a band. Hey, Sprout. Hey, Sprout, there's some tapes over here. Hey,
You're supposed
Sprout.
to get a
Hey,
camera.
Sprout. Hey, Sprout. Hey, Sprout. Hey, Sprout, there's a band over here.
Hey Sprout, there's a band
Hey.
over here.
Hey, Sprout, there's a band over here. Hey, Goob. Hey, Goob, there's a band over here.
There's a Sprout over
Hey,
here.
Goob. Hey, Goob. Hey, Goob. Hey, Goob. There's a band over here.
Hey Goob.
Hey, Goob.
Hey Goob.
Hey, Goob.
Hey
Hey,
Goob.
Goob.
Hey Goob.
Hey, Goob.
Hey
Hey,
Goob.
Goob. Hey, Goob.
Hey Goob.
Hey,
Hey
Goob.
Goob.
Hey, Goob.
Hey Goob.
Hey, Goob.
Hey Goob.
Hey, Goob.
Hey Goob.
Hey, Goob.
Hey Goob.
Oh. Hey, Louie. Hey,
Hey
Louie.
Pebble. Hey Pebble. Hey
There's a
Pebble.
band over
There's
there.
a band over here. Hey Pebble, there's a band
There's a
over
band
here.
over there.
Hey Pebble, there's a band over here.
I'm glad we were able to get a use for that band.
What the fuck? How? Dude, I think Sprout just wasted 100 tapes too. I wasted a med and Sprout wasted 100. And Sprout wasted 100 tapes. Also, hi, Shiny Dino.
Are you gonna take your Twisteds back or what?
What pause? What pause?
Oh, they're on you now.
They're loose now.
I can't let Goob die.
Christmas Naruto Funko Pop. Crazy.
I can't
Louis
turn my heater off because I'm
gaming.
overheating. Did someone ask for some aggro tapes, right?
Hey, Bagel.
Hey, Obsidian. Hey, Obsidian, there's a band. Did you use the band, Obsidian?
No.
How's the band,
Hydrate.
Obsidian?
Okay, I'll hydrate and stretch.
I feel like Obsidian's going to try to kill Goob, and I'm scared. So I must protect them. All costs necessary.
Hi. Your streamer.
Goob!
Your streamer is sleepy. Art is not arting tonight. Oof.
We have 3 toasts. Ah, and I got hurt. That hurt. A little bit too much.
Your streamer is
Hi, bro.
very eepy.
There you go. Thanks, bud. Oh.
No, I didn't need that! I needed to lose that heart. God damn.
Hey, Poppy. What's up, Poppy? Poppy Doppy. Poppy Woppy. Hi, Poppy Woppy. Oh, there you go.
What run are we doing?
Go back to your parents.
Normal?
In a death run, actually.
A death run? I think it's just gonna be a Sid is very sleepy run and might have to go to bed because they're very sleepy. Schley. And Sid is also waiting on people to commission them as well. Teehee. You just started to hear the music. Slay.
Hey, Sprout. Hey, Sprout. There's tapes over here. Hey, Sprout. Hey, Sprout. Hey, Sprout. Hey, Sprout. Hey, Sprout. Hey, Sprout.
Hey, Sprout.
Sprout. Let's run around the map together and grab some
Sprout.
tapes because I know where every the tapes are. Here's some tapes. Here's some more tapes. And then there's some tapes over here. Hi, Goob. Hey, Sprout. 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 Goob just
Hey,
picked up
Sprout.
a fucking tape. I'd giggle my little ass off if they did that. I would giggle my little ass off. Hi, Goob.
You had a funny encounter from a death run yesterday? Oh, hell yeah.
Where is this damn berry boy?
Hey, Sprout. There's a soda over here. There's a soda over
Sprout,
here.
there's 2 chocolate bars over here. Hey, Sprout, there's a singular tape over here that you didn't pick up because you walked away from me, even though I can see God's green earth.
You motherfucker! You motherfucker! You motherfucker!
If you don't pick up this tape, I'm gonna make Goob pick it up.
Fuck! Thank you. Hey, Siri. Wait, I'm gonna read this first. A Flutter and her friend Pebble tried killing people, and when Pebble came on the floor, they tried killing me, but he dodged, and they killed their friend, and their friend tried to frame me like they didn't try to murder me. Oof. Hey, Siri.
Hey, Sprout, there's a tape over there.
Set a timer for 1 minute.
Goob took it. Yay! See,
Crazy.
You lost your tape.
I was crazy once.
Goob
they locked
said,
me in a room.
"No, it's too late. You don't get it anymore."
Crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. Grab room with rats. Rats made me crazy. Crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. Grab room.
Whatever Goob picks, I pick.
Crazy.
Whatever Goob picks, I pick.
They locked me in a room. Grab room. A room with rats. Rats right. Crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. Grab room. Red room with rats.
I pick whatever Goob picks.
Crazy.
That's the rule.
I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. A red room. A red room with rats. Rats made me crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. Red room. No! Rats made me crazy. I was crazy. They locked me in a room. A room with rats. And rats made me crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. Room with rats. Oh my god, that was terrifying. That was terrifying. Dude, the fucking scream. Where's my fucking other twisted? Oh, it's Connie. That tape. We'll do machines.
You saw me?
It was
Pebble?
Pebble.
Okay.
Shit! I got stuck on a chair. I got it.
Oh, you're too close! You're too close, man! You're too close! Okay. We're good. Oh, Pebble, why are you over there? Why'd you stop chasing me? Okay, why is my mouse not working? Why am I stuck on a box? Why am I stuck on a box?
Do you want me to take over?
No, I'm good.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even see Sprout there. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Sprout, what the fuck?
I'm lagging.
By the way,
I'm
there's
lagging.
a machine
lagging.
by you.
I'm lagging. Oh, shit. I'm okay. I'm okay for now. I just need to know when they need to do this machine.
Motherfucker. Papa, I need distracting practice.
Nope, I hit. Got hit.
Ooh. Hey, try not to die.
I'm lagging. That's my problem.
Do you want me to take
If I die,
over?
I'm fine. If you can.
Okay.
I'm actually lagging really bad. My ping just shot up. Peb's on the loose. Goob's
Goob
trying
just
to...
took Pebble. Just don't die.
You got this, Goob!
Fuck.
I'll be your I'll be your... I'll poke in if you need. Boob!
I'm taking over.
Ooh. Yeah, no, I was lagging really bad there for some fucking reason. I don't know why I was lagging. Oi! Goob really wants to try. Goob, I will say, Goob is bad for Pebble distracting. I would
someone else
say
take Louie, though?
Louie or Goob. I can.
Just watch out, watch out, watch out. Bark.
Sorry, I barked. I barked.
Turn a corner. Just need Pebble. Okay.
Did you get Peb?
I had you lost. Louie lost. Grab.
Okay,
Peb.
Louie. They're, Goob's distracting
Good night,
Peb.
Stone. Like you.
Thank you, Sprout. Thanks, Suki. I appreciate it.
Owie. Ow. Ouchies.
I was doing pretty good for the
Yeah.
most part. And then I lagged a bunch.
What the fuck is this?
What are you preparing us for, Dandy Dan?
Big ol' meanie, why you got Peb already? Oh yeah, they've been kind of speed running.
Wait, what?
Usually people don't get their first mains until they've been playing for at least like around 2 months.
Oh, I've been speedrunning this shit. I'm too obsessed, apparently. I'm too locked in.
Oh my fucking god.
My fucking twisteds!
I can't see shoes.
Goop, thank you. Oh, do you want me to do this? I'll prime it. Don't worry, Goop. I got you, buddy Pelchum.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, hey, Abandoned.
I'll take band if nobody will. I'll take the band if no one will. No? Okay. Sad face emoji. Goop's distracting Tegan. Oh, that's primed. Meow. Pick up that. I'll pick up that. I won't pick up those. Hey, Sprout, there's tapes over here. Hey, Sprout. Hey, Sprout, there's tapes over here. Hey, Sprout, there's a tape here and over here. Follow me. Sprout. Hey, hey.
Get
Tape.
yourself back here.
Over here. Get over here. It's right here. SMH, they don't understand.
I'm EP. I'm so tired right now. I don't know why.
What you need to do is grab yourself a soda woda and drink a wodo.
I don't have any soda. I only have like lemonade and almond milk. We don't sleepy. Don't die of sleepy noises or whatever. I'm tired. Ugh. Your distractor's about to fall asleep, guys. I'll get to pretend that I'm sleeping in or whatever. Cause I have to be
Why
up
are you
tomorrow
falling
morning.
asleep?
I
Why?
have to be up tomorrow morning at like 7:30 to go, or 6 technically, to go to work.
That's very real. I have to go to work too tomorrow, Loki.
Ugh.
Ugh.
I want a normal
Rush.
9 to 5 office job.
You might go
Yeah,
in
you might go in
6
like
minutes.
6 minutes. At 9:30?
Get to LA. Oh,
Okay,
I
I'll
just
make
saw
my
Goop
way
pull
to
in the darkness.
Ellie.
There you go. Some motive. Looking for a hug, Louie? Whatever Goop picks, I pick. That's the big difference, buddy.
I'll go with what Sprout picks.
Listen, whatever Goop picks, I pick. That's the rule.
Oh my gosh, I'm literally so tired right now. I see Louie. And I think I see Shrimpo.
Tape's over here. Tape's over here, Sprout. Oh, somebody's on me.
Sprout, there's some tapes
Shrimpo.
over there. I think there's some tapes somewhere.
Whoa,
How the fuck did I
whoa,
lost
whoa,
Trimpo?
whoa,
How did I lose
whoa.
Trimpo?
He's the slowest tune of all.
Yeah, but I had him on me earlier.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Story of Undertale.
Your boy
Bow,
is
wow, 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 wow.
tired.
Row, row, row,
Go,
row, row,
go,
row,
row,
row.
row. What's your bad romance? I wanna da 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 da
I mean,
da
if you want,
da.
I can take the Tistids.
You're gonna
The
kill
Tistids.
Bagel. What do you mean? Why are you gonna kill Bagel?
Who?
Ants is gonna kill you.
Who? Why? Why? Real talk, why? Question mark, why? Real talk, why?
Why?
I didn't do shit.
The story of Undertale dies with Bagel. No. Cause what you gotta do?
No,
What you gotta do
no,
is
because literally what they did was they made me listen to that shit. And I'm sorry, I've never
Thank you,
even
Ko-Fi
listened to
Bot.
it, so fuck you, Ko-Fi Bot, eat shit. And why aren't you in this damn call playing damn Dandy's World with us? Real talk.
Playing Dadndy's World.
Why aren't you playing Dandy Dan World?
Dan. Da 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 6 7.
Yay, hugs! Thank you for joining, and
Because I'm doing my fucking homework is why.
I'm about to fall
okay,
asleep.
maybe you can join call and do homework. I have.
I didn't hear the last couple of words because I accidentally turned my volume all the way down.
I'm about to fall asleep.
I said you can join call whenever
6 7.
you do college work.
Is my mic still shitty? This is a brand new mic.
Sounds better.
Thank you, Goob.
Why can we go back to having the funny number be 69?
The funny number is 69. It's not our fault. Everyone else is just trying to overwrite it. You know what? I'll buy that smoke bomb. Fuck it.
Hey, Bagel.
Last minute purchase. Hey. Story of Undertale.
Yes.
Oh, hi, Sprout. What's up, Sprout? And Goob. Not Goob. Not Goob. Blood.
What? And Tisha.
Tisha.
Oh my
Oh, that
gosh,
hurts.
I have fruitcake.
How did I get hurt?
Very fitting. Very fitting.
Okay, don't die to Bly, bro. Can I have my fucking
not.
Twisteds?
I'm trying.
You're not trying. You're literally running away from me with Tisha.
I'm not trying. I'm trying to lose them, but I also been trying not to go to the tentacles that I
Pause.
keep getting on me.
Pretty sure those are roots.
They're tendrils.
I need items to put in my first slots. Oh, didn't mean to bark, but whatever. Sprout, stop picking up all the items. I want some items, damn it. I need to pick up 200. I'm at
starting to give up
105.
on this homework, not gonna lie.
Why?
Oof.
Items where? Items where? Capsule here. I don't want capsule. I do want capsule. I core. I'm taking this machine, Sprout. Sorry, buddy. I know I have illness 3 right now, but I don't care. Because I have played
Sprout has
Shrimpo
to
for the
go.
longest time.
Keep it up.
Oh.
Yeah, Sprout has to go. Are you fucking kidding me, you fucking asshole? Get your ass away from me, you bitch.
Well, 07, Sprout. 07. 07.
How does Blot always manage to hit you, even when, like, the hand visibly doesn't touch you at all?
Well, I didn't get hit.
Well, like, whenever I'm playing, okay? This isn't about you, Obsidian.
Not everything's about you, buddy pal chum.
It's not always about you.
You
You're
got
not the
me!
center of the universe.
You asshole! Goob, you see what they just fucking did to me? You see what they just did to me, Goob? Do you see this bullshit? Do you see the fact that they got a tendril right in me and I lost a heart and now I have no inventory anymore? I don't have any. You are gonna spend another tendril on me, you asshole, you piece of dog duty or something. I don't fucking know. Get away from me, you fucking freak.
So in photography, the focal length inside a camera needed to focus on an object in line in front of the lens is related to the distance between the object and the lens and the distance between the lens and the film in the camera. This relationship can be represented by f equals 1 over d plus 1 over c.
Huh?
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask me a photography question. I could have fixed that simply.
No, this is a math question.
Then you did all the math. Then you did the math, and then I was like, oh no, I'm not good with that.
Huh?
Have you carried the square root of 3?
Have you
There is
carried
no square root in this question.
Have you
Have
carried
you carried the square root of the furry? Is what you said?
Yeah.
Huh?
Did you think about that one?
No.
I still can't believe you fucking tendrilled me, and I have that on recording. I'm sending that to Plush Crunch. You're so cooked, buddy. You were so cooked. Griefing real. I hate you, Blood. You shouldn't die, dude.
Owie.
An item! A singular item! I found one from Sprout's Wrath.
Hell yeah, we got
Goob,
fire.
Goob, goob, goob,
And I
goob,
say
goob, goob.
fire.
That's a
Dude,
better
what the
song
fuck?
than Undertale.
Guys, Goop tried griefing me. Goop tried griefing me.
You have the same stealth.
Goop tried griefing
Looking for a hug,
me.
Louie. Wherever you pick Goob, I go.
I don't want to fucking
I mean, it's better
hug.
than, like, Aaron diddling me always.
You and this diddling thing. I don't know why you take it so seriously. SMH.
Aaron's the diddler.
I'm the
Revenge.
paragon of consent.
Oh, a Bach. Don't you want the Bach, Obsidian?
Yeah.
Well, you missed it. It's right here. Actually,
I
I'll
can
take those
easily
jumper cables.
run. I could easily run in there.
You act like you can do that. That would be considered griefing, buddy pal chum. You just confess to it.
Have fun with Shrimpo. You get your
You know,
distracting.
I
This
never
has
want to
become a
step
death
foot inside
run.
a Whole Foods again, but I probably have to.
What?
I never want to step foot inside a Whole Foods again, but I'll probably have to sometime in my life.
Oh. Well,
Is
when
this
I
a death run now? Question mark?
die, I'm gonna go to bed.
No. I'm not done yet.
Unless
I'm
if
on the last
someone,
question.
unless if someone gets a commission.
No, wait, but I'm on the last question.
Would you play Dandy's World if somebody gave you that
Buxton's here. What the
commission?
fuck?
Would you still play Dandy's World if somebody gave you that commission?
Yeah, like a full body.
Do I
Michael,
have to
what's your
cough up
disposable
money?
income?
Not enough for this shit, but you know what? Anything to keep Obsidian playing Dandy's World with
Oh my gosh.
me.
We're contributing to the PC fund as well.
Yeah. I desperately kind of need money as well.
Sigh, I will cough up money after we die.
And also, you get fun art.
Yeah,
And
you get fun art.
Obsidian is forced to draw a furry, not a human.
How did you see me? Okay, shrimp, my boy, let's go. We have to grieve somebody. Whoa, you almost got goob. That was scary. Get away from goob. Get away from goob. Get away from goob. Get away from goob.
I am done with homework.
Hey, Goob! You want to play
Why are you
Past the
giggling like a
Twisted?
maniac?
Oi, give me my Twisteds. Hey, Goob!
Goob, I don't have a mark!
Past the Twisted. Don't forget to join the Discord.
The only thing Goob is gonna pass is away.
Holy
No.
shit, I just juked them. Did you see that? Did y'all see that?
I did.
Holy shit, I just juked them.
Run,
You ran in
goob,
a circle
run!
like a madman.
Run, goob, run! Wherever you are. Run, goob, run! Run, goob, go! Run, goob! Run, goob, goob! Goob's actually over here, Obsidian, by the way.
I'll be right back.
Goob, run far away. You know what? I'll start finishing machines. The giggles. The giggles. If I hear a heart get hurt on Goob's head, you're done.
Hey, you wanna know? I can do.
You asshole. Don't worry, Goob. I'm getting machines done. I'm getting machines done.
Come on, why don't you want to play Past the Twisted? How come you don't want to play Past the Twisted?
That's the Twisted. It's such a nice, fun, and wholesome game. Why is
Yeah, it's
everyone
such a
playing
nice,
Roblox?
fun, and wholesome game.
It's all fun for the family.
It's so much fun for the
Definitely,
family and your friends, and everybody should play Past the Twisted. I. You know what?
Are y'all hearing things when my icon lights up? Should
No.
be good enough noise suppression.
No. Don't worry, Goob. Just finish machines. I have them on me.
I think you think Goob's finishing them.
What do you have against Goob?
Get to Ellie, Goob. Get to Ellie, Goob. Don't worry, I lost them. So
I need to
Louis
grind
couldn't
up
kill you.
2,000 points again.
No.
You can always make it so it's sold out, but where would be the fun in that? Or not in stock is the proper terminology, right?
Louis without his nose
Isn't that just regular Louis
in
and the
this
Christmas
skin
Louis and Easter Louis?
would be terrifying. It's R&D again.
It's research and development.
Oh, that's
You told me,
Finn.
Buxton.
I'm gonna
I'm
join a run and wait
tired.
for you two to die.
Oh, they have to go.
Roger.
Fight off the sleep, Obsidian. Fight it off.
I mean, if someone wants to, like, order me a coffee... Whoa! How the fuck did you just go that fast?
Me?
Can I order you a smile?
No,
Because it's free.
Goob. I don't think a smile would, you know.
A smile is my favorite thing to order
Bye,
from the
Goob.
vending machine.
Bye, Goob. What the fuck are you doing? You asshole. Goob griefed me. Goob griefed me. Goob griefed me.
I'm
Goob
starting
griefed
to think
me.
Goob is a problem.
No,
Goob griefed
Goob's
me.
great.
Goob griefed me.
Goob is my best friend.
I think you just opened up Roger.
I fall for it every time.
The way that he was just spinning around to watch you. The way he was just fucking spinning around.
Like, you can't finish the night without seeing your good best pal ants.
I'm literally gonna
Well, we're dead, ants, by the way.
I know,
Well,
Obsidian's
good
in the
night,
lobby
then,
in front of me.
Obsidian.
Oh. Let me encourage this bad habit.
What do you mean encourage this bad habit? What?
Of non-sleep.
I am tired.
Obsidian, you slept enough today. You slept until 3 p.m.
Too, and for your information, I didn't get any sleep last night. That all was today. Do you know good
It has been
trinkets when
7
in a-
hours since you last slept. That's it. You've only been awake for 7 hours.
I'm tired. Goob trinkets, are you distracting?
Oh, I'm circling the wrong Louis.
Lol.
Beggle, where are you? Oh, are you alive still?
Are you distracting or
died.
extracting?
I might not even be in your guys' match.
You're not in our server.
They keep on separating us.
We're in the
Low
room
key, I'm
where it
kind of
happened,
hungry.
The room where it happened, the room where it happened.
I wanna be in the room where it happened, the room where it happened.
I think I'm gonna go grab some food. Obsidian, wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Someone's gonna have to get me like a coffee at least, so that I can wake up. Oh, extractor.
Maybe they should order you a coffee through coffee. Or Ko-Fi. Like the furries like to say it. I swear, every furry I've seen has pronounced it Ko-Fi.
It is Ko-Fi.
When, you know, isn't the slogan "Buy me a coffee" or something?
Yeah, it's buy me a coffee, but like it's Ko-Fi.
Where is your entomology? Cite your sources, Senator.
A goob needs more extraction speed. So I would honestly, if you want to go the V-mote route, you can, but you could probably do like paint bucket and wait, what are y'all doing? Why is this flutter saying what run? You can also put diary so that you don't get in the distractor's way. Hi Kit, hi Kit Katie 13. Hello. Is it Kit Katie or Kit Catty? You got me at like a time.
Friend run.
It's a friend run. Oh, okay. In real life or online friends? Just say in real life. Yeah, I know so many people use Vmode. But it does make it faster. If anything, you can also do like machine manual.
I said the IRL soon.
And you could do machine manual in Blue Bandana. A wise woman said I'm alive.
You look like Tenna. I'll be the first to say, you look like Tenna.
I'm gonna murder someone.
I volunteer, Bagel.
What?
I'm gonna murder Bagel.
That's more like it.
Hey guys, we can talk about this.
It's like the opposite Hunger Games, where I forget her name. Where Katniss gets chosen, she volunteers her sister.
Oh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I gotta do another round now.
My stream bot glitching.
What have you ordered? Full body, flat color. Alright. Alright.
Now you have to draw evil Bagel.
Who said that?
Let me see what Bagel exactly is wanting. Evil Bagel! Just make her in an evil pose!
You're not supposed to tell
it.
anybody what my commissions were supposed to, what my commission was.
I knew it.
Ants was literally right.
Well, I'm going to go make myself some spaghetti real quick. If you guys don't mind, I'm hungry.
Damn.
I'm not predictable. Stop coming after me. Because you said that, I'm gonna come for you, and I'm going to eat your rocks. Like I said last night I would do.
Eat ants'
I don't got any rocks.
Yeah, they have a lot of rocks. Like, we were talking about it last night, and they have a shit ton of rocks. No, like, literally, they're lying right now about it, but, like, they were talking about it last night.
Damn.
They were talking about how they had a whole rock collection outside.
Damn.
Outside, like the cobblestone driveway?
Yeah, that's what you were saying, is you had a lot of rocks, and you took care of them.
Well,
you
guess
watered
what?
them.
I
you
lied.
took,
I
like,
don't
you
have
went
a cobblestone
outside.
driveway.
It's not what you said last night, buddy.
Okay, since I need to,
Last
like,
night I was
actually wake up...
people.
What?
Sorry, not people, person.
What? I'm mildly concerned? What?
What happened? What
Did
happened?
you
What
not
did...
hear what I said?
I didn't. I was just, you know.
Yes,
Last
was
night I
talking
was
about
talking about
seducing
seducing
someone.
people.
Oh, yeah.
Just the, oh yeah. Okay, the
Also,
tag inside of
everyone
this
found out
damn
my name
shirt.
except you, Obsidian.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Loki. Ants. The secret was that we were talking about last night was the same thing you basically said
What?
about the
What?
seducing of the specific person.
Huh?
What
That's
secret?
literally what I was talking about. So 5 a.m. me did said something to Salem, and then Salem told Aaron, and then
Oh, that
they were,
secret.
yeah. Loki, it was just that.
But there was an image associated?
No, there was an image.
Okay,
They
never
took screenshots of the conversation.
I see. And here I am, undeleted out in chat for everyone to see.
You're not outed.
Undeleted out in chat?
It's literally still in the TTS.
It's
Shut up.
still in TTS.
So like you have no room to speak.
Fine, I'll delete it right now.
Well, it's too late. I already took a screenshot.
Well, then people
Like,
can't just go up and take a look. You gotta get this screenshot from you.
well, I can. Nobody's in the server of like abilities. Don't worry. I only do a little bit of crime.
A little bit of
I don't believe you in the
crime.
slightest. You do a lot of bit of crime.
Yeah, I give myself discounts at work.
Oh damn.
Is it a crime? Shouldn't be.
Does Dairy Queen
It's not a crime.
have coffee? Does Dairy Queen have coffee? What the hell? Wait,
Oh, yeah, it
wait.
does.
Drinks. Moo latte.
The
Moo.
evidence is deleted, except the evidence stored on Beggle's hard drive.
That sounds so concerning. Dude, why the fuck
Well, I
are the
can
Dairy
have it right
Queen
now.
cakes basically $50?
Oh, it's a glitch in the freaking DoorDash thing. Because any other like Ubering app, like food delivery app, it's not that. I just don't think they've ever
The
updated it.
8-inch cake
fix
is
it.
$46.79. The 10-inch cake is $51.59. Holy
If it makes you feel better.
shit.
I think it's cheaper in your area. Mine is like.
Let me
more
look
than
on
that.
Uber. Let me look on Uber real quick.
Or low-key that I was low-key gonna order McDonald's because I really am craving fries. But issue there. It was like $30 because they're having a shortage on delivery drivers around me right now. So
It's the same.
it's the same. That's
It's
crazy.
the same. Hey
No.
yo,
That's
pretzel
actually insane.
pretzel sticks with zesty queso. Why is queso
Last-
zesty?
Last weekend I was gonna go to Dairy Queen, but instead I decided to get food from Trader Joe's refrigerated aisle, and I had literally the worst spring roll I've ever eaten.
Oh gosh.
It was so incredibly bitter.
Low-key, I just want French fries because I want to have the specific mayo and ketchup and dip it in there.
Ants, what
I could-
trinkets for extractor?
Low-key, I could
Ants?
probably just cut up a fucking potato and make my own fucking my own fries.
Yeah, you can make your own fries. Fries.
We have avocados.
You can make your own guacamole.
Oh, Is it good? That one's not good. That one's not ready. Is this one ready?
I am so sleepy right now. I don't think I'm gonna be able to distract, by the way. Just so y'all know. Okay.
That's so ready. That's a friend down on it.
Goob.
You are not this tired, like
Probably
a bit ago.
diary or... Aunt, stop moving, I can't read! Probably
Look in the
diary and
chat.
magnifying
My
glass to
hat
not get in
clips
the
through
way
the-
of others. Shush! Shush!
My hat clips through my dialogue box.
Shush! Shush!
Obsidian, would you want to be my backup distractor though?
I'm playing as Shelly.
Oh, okay. Wait, Ants, you should be my backup because didn't you say something about learning or something?
I like get up and stretch real quick.
Okay.
I think I just like crashed.
You want a backup distractor?
You can totally do Vmode instead of diary though.
Backup distractor.
Must I really backup distract?
You don't have to if you don't want to.
Fine.
I just said you don't have to if you don't want to.
Actually, what if I was Gordy? With dog flush.
Don't be Gordy.
Dog flush
I'm
and
gonna be
Vino.
Pebble. I'm gonna be Pebble. You're gonna take
How am
my
I
toys.
gonna steal them from you if you want me to take them?
I never said I want you to fully take them.
I grabbed
like,
the ice
if I
cream
had
sandwich.
That's actually really good.
I also have my pumpkin spice cake bites.
Well, I'm having an avocado and spaghetti.
Just
That's
a
a
pure
combo.
avocado?
Yeah.
Said V-Mode
Oh.
or Speedy Shoes?
What kit?
Eclipse.
What kit?
What do you mean?
Like, what are you doing?
Dog flush and then either V-Mode or Speedy Shoes.
Are you main? Weren't you saying you were gonna be backup or something?
Yeah, I'll be backup.
Probably Vmode.
Oh.
Okay, we got spaghetti.
So
Then
even
we got
more
an
important
avocado.
question. Do I be white or grandma?
Grandma!
I'm
Granny!
Granny Clips.
That Trixie move. What was that?
My alarm.
Rise and shine.
Sleepyhead.
Take my medicine.
Oh no. The first thing I ever posted in this server was Femboy Lido Diet.
The fuck?
That's such a peak comment, though. The common denominators don't know.
I feel like I'm like halfway lucid. Like, am I really here?
You are?
Am I really here right now? Or am I like
No.
sleeping?
No.
Am I just like passed the fuck out live on stream?
Just pour a cup of hot water directly into the instant coffee container.
I don't really like hot coffee.
Make caffeine sludge.
Ugh. Oh. I gotta hydrate and stretch.
Obsidian, if you truly don't feel like you can play, I wouldn't say push it.
Which is why I would.
Oh my gosh.
Which is why you're the bad influence.
I'm not the one who made an evil character.
Well, sometimes, you know, you have to become the bad guy.
Are we ready to go into a run yet?
No.
Damn.
My cat stops being quiet and lets me put my avocado where I want it.
You know what sounds really good right now?
What?
Carrot cake.
That does sound beef.
That sounds so good right now. Or like those little
I was
like
looking-
loaves, the little bakery loaves,
Obsidian.
but carrot cake. What?
Ooh.
Pop.
What?
I was looking for my everything bagel seasoning.
No.
R
No.
slash Beetlejuicing?
Wait, what? Why are we knowing?
No.
What are we
You
knowing?
don't like your coffee chunky?
That's a waste of coffee. That's also a heart attack in a cup.
You don't like your coffee chunky?
No.
I'm guessing the stream didn't see or hear it.
No.
Great.
Trixie, you may not have some of my avocado. That's a no.
Did you
That's a
name
no,
your
girl.
dog after your internet husband?
Yeah.
The Shelly is going through zoochosis now.
That game was too rushed.
What game was too rushed?
Zoochosis.
Zoochosis.
Lagging like nuts for you. Oh no.
Hey, I found my Tums.
Huh.
Can you not, like, look down?
What?
Find your Tums.
Oh.
And this is why we're nuking ants.
You found it, didn't you? Bagel, you ready? before we get Obsidian to pass out?
One more bite of my avocado dog.
Your free Shabaka, dude.
Stop it, Trixie. You have to get off this table, dude. You're gonna try to eat my food. You're getting off the table. Okay. I'm ready.
We can go now.
Yes. Are we gonna try to do the
Yeah.
Yeah. Just get ready to press the the join matchmaking button.
There's a join matchmaking button now.
Match found.
When was that today?
Yeah, it was
That's
today.
crazy.
It was added today. We joined with like
In
4
order
other
to join
people.
matchmaking, do it gotta be unanimous?
Yeah. So we got a Gordy, another Eclipse, a Brightney, and a Finn.
Piping bag? Who's that from?
Ginger. I have no clue what hers does though. It looks like you two are still the distractors.
Yeah.
Although, why does Finn have a pull toy? Not even I have that yet. Not yet, but like, I just choose not to get it.
Hi.
Oh, I can't push it anymore.
Hi.
Finn's just T-posing.
Me
Finn
when
is just
T-posing.
T-pose. Oh, there's Finn.
Where'd these other 4 people come from?
We joined
Matchmaking.
matchmaking.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah. Please. Please. I just want to... No. Didn't get a
No,
machine. God damn it.
I just saw you by the door, and then I just see you poof right next to me. Ants. Ants are. Who's the
I'm
Shelly?
missing a
Actually,
twisted. Oh,
Me.
it was actually the Shelly. I'm mistaken them. I think I'm mistaken ants.
I'm missing a twisted, by the way, gang.
Oh.
Oh, it was Obsidian. Oops.
Hi.
Ah,
Hi.
Gordy. I don't have my bark. Oh, fuck. I'm fucked. I don't know where Finn is.
It's
It's
not
actually
Finn,
Toodles.
it's Toodles.
Oh, Toodles. Gordy. Gordy. Gordy, run away. Gordy. Gordy. Gordy, run away. Gordy. Gordy. Gordy, run away. Gordy,
Gordy,
you took
Gordy,
Louis from
Gordy,
me.
run away.
Gordy, 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 run away. Gordy,
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 run away.
Gordy, 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 run away.
This is on the last.
Yeah.
Oh, clips.
Tisha keeps looking and then getting off the machine. That's okay.
You got inspired.
Oh, fuck.
Where are you? Finn, don't fucking move. Get your butt here. Okay, so basically I'm
Where
going to
does
be
my
pulling
meds?
Pebble in. I'm going to be pulling Pebble in, so we don't lose a Pebble already.
Bagel needs to be pulled in.
Bagel sucks.
No, Bagel doesn't. Bagel doesn't suck.
Bagel's awesome.
Yeah.
I won't be here Saturday, I believe. In the afternoon. I'm going to a friend's baby shower.
Woo. Finn's
Yeah.
over here.
Please don't pick up that item. Okay, I don't pick that item.
I have
Tell
Finn
me
on
why I
me.
thought these papers that I was
There's a
passing
band-aid
by
over
was
here. I think
What?
Finn
was
might get the band-aid.
I thought
Finn.
bagel, 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 bagel.
Finn
Where's
got
the
jumper
band?
cables. There's band over here. It's right here. It's this way.
Hold on. You're Shelly, right?
Yeah.
You were the one with the fin on you? Okay.
Yep. There we go.
And I'm a
Thanks,
giant spaghetti.
I want some spaghetti.
Does anyone
I'm
see this
literally
room?
9
That's-
away from having to do a cooking machine. Or cooking, huh?
Cooking machine.
The machine is
Huh?
crazy.
Fuck, I think I got Gordy instead. I got Gordy. You were in the way. Why was Gordy right there with you? I was trying to boost you, and instead I got Gordy.
Who were you trying to boost?
You.
Oh, Gordy. Yeah, Gordy got me with the speed thing.
Oh, why I'm so tired, bro.
My ping is ungodly high right now for some fucking reason.
Hello,
Is
my
everyone
parents
Ellie?
called me.
Oh, hi, ants. Why is
Oh, I
this
lost.
always coming in last?
I'm able to counter distract or something along those lines.
Don't ever
Whoa.
do that.
I've just kind of been wandering around uselessly while on call.
Where'd the other eclipse go?
There's
I don't
another
think we had
eclipse.
another. We didn't have another eclipse. We had
We
Pisha
used
that
to.
that's missing.
Oh,
was
yeah! Where the fuck did Glizzy? Give me that one. Give me that one, you motherfucker.
Hi, Barsha.
Do I go babysit him or no? Friends got
I'll
him.
Let me
babysit
get him.
him.
If someone
There's a
wants to
Band-Aid with me.
babysit him, where?
There's a band-aid right here.
I will. Oh, something noticed me.
I mean, right here. Bagel
Barsha?
over here.
Fuck no, you get your own goddamn machine.
Bagel.
Hold on,
We're
hold on.
Do you want me to
Ben,
grab
please.
Okay,
Here,
should
where's
I
the-
like not be around Glisten anymore?
Get away from him. Get away, get away, get away, get away.
Okay, I can take Barsha.
Come get this fat. Oh, what the fuck?
I hope they. Gordy, I don't have my
Uh-huh.
bark. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Does
Where
Bark
I
keep you
go-
below 1 star?
What?
Yeah.
I can pull anyone who's like last
So-
second. I just need I just need everyone to stay out my way, because then the thing will grab the wrong person.
You know, you could have been second distractor, Gabby.
Could it be, could it be?
And says the one who doesn't have distractor secret. One distractor secret.
I'm backup distractor. That's why I have one distractor ticket.
Oh, we have two
Well,
amazing ones.
Highest.
Thank
I'll
you,
take this
No,
make
Bagel.
it actually.
no, you fuck you, Gordy. Stop trying to get the immediate machine.
There's a band right here, gang.
We found a band on every single floor.
Well, I have
Someone's
full slots of meds now.
Using
and
Vmode
there's
gives
a
you
Cosmos in here.
unparalleled dopamine.
there's an R&D.
Yeah, there's R&D. There's nothing in the machine. Holy shit.
Oh, that was a quick run.
You gonna
Hope
take
so.
that band?
Hopefully, someone picked that band. Somebody take that band. Take
You
it.
take
Take
the
it. Take
band.
it. Take it. No,
You
I
take the
don't have
band?
any more inventory. You take the band. You're my backup. You get hit. You need a band.
You take it.
I'll take those. See?
Not the medical attention already coming.
No, I think we need that.
Sid, why are you playing Shelly?
Because I don't have the brain right now to distract, and so Shelly.
I'm
I thought you
surprised they
hated
even have
extracting.
Shelly.
The fuck you mean by that?
Because you have to play Tisha.
Yeah, I got all the characters. Besides for the Christmas and Easter.
Sorry.
I'm at Broken, so if you find a
Bye.
Twisted, bring them to me.
It's like the
No one found me.
in Dispatch.
Oh, hi, Poppy.
I
feel
got
like-
her.
It's like in Dispatch where it's like
It's a giant walking. Oh, shit. You just grab Poppy and then the run's already over.
Oh fuck, she's fast.
Yeah,
Who?
I noticed some of them are a lot faster than they're normally being, which is weird.
who?
Panic.
Pebble, come here. Bagel, come on.
Who are you saying she's fast to?
I was making sure everyone's in Ellie.
Poppy.
What are you Poppy's fast?
Some tend to be
Panic,
faster
yeah.
than normal.
It might be because you don't have the entire distractor set up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I would love my run shoes, but also V-Note gives me unparalleled dopamine.
Thank you, Ants, for earlier for grabbing Poppy off.
Yeah, panic mode happened as soon as I did that though. You didn't need the help.
Favoritism.
Well, it's because we have some good extractions. And we have two. Oh, fuck.
Well, I'm faster now, so
Brusher's here, careful.
And Tegan. I'll take Tegan. Where's Brusher?
I was gonna gather them for you, but
Can someone take this running machine?
Okay, well,
I don't
I'm
wanna
by
do the running
Broken.
machine.
So if you want to drop them off at Broken for
I'm
me,
just gonna
never
Yeah.
mind, they're on you.
how
I
did
prefer
huh?
someone with higher stealth comes and hangs out with me.
What was the confusion?
Let's see.
Where's the last one?
I'm on it. I'm on it.
Alright.
Look at Eclipse. She gets so buff.
This is good training for me, though. I really do want to become, like, a little bit more distracty.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do one more loop. And then run.
We're all here.
Okay.
I just need to know which way Pebble's Bagel's coming.
Most likely from middle,
Trade.
so where you're facing,
Oh.
yeah.
Yep. Damn, bright.
This selfish Finn.
No, Finn's low-key me.
I can't wait until he's optimized.
Gabby, are you
Sprout.
reading, lady?
Shelly.
Oh. Shelly!
Shelly.
Shelly.
This is the first time I'll distract Shelly.
Toodles. So they're the same speed,
It's
but
not that
Shelly's
hard.
hitbox is larger. Larger.
Larder?
Ants, to
These
your
are
question,
twisted.
yes I am. Why?
Shelly,
Swear, You
yeah.
have like a different username for every platform.
Oh yeah, I had a StockX friend apparently who was secretly
Gordy,
obsessed
I
with
swear to
me,
God.
so she somehow find me if I had the same user.
Oh.
She hasn't found me since I had a different user.
Well,
Oh,
I am
shit.
at Broken, so if you want to let people know I'm at Broken.
Nah.
Okay, asshole. There's 2 air horns. I wish I
You
could
are
pick them up.
weak, Sonic.
No one's gonna understand what I just said.
Oh, SMH. You need your
This
mush
broke.
coffee.
I don't understand what that means.
It says dis broken. Dis at broken. Everybody is
Oh.
on
There's a
machine.
machine over there.
Everyone's on the machines.
Okay.
So get to the elevator. I'm gonna go.
Probably not too hard to.
I would pay for a coffee,
it's
but
not
I'm
too
not
hard.
paid. I'm not paid till Friday, sadly.
I don't get paid until next Friday.
I think we're all here, pretty much.
I'm
All
not
of
paid till
my-
Chinese New Year.
What is that?
Okay. there you
I'm
go.
unmarried, so I still count as a child, I guess, in terms of getting lazy.
Are we getting Dandy?
Dandy's just been selling shit items, so we haven't been buying. It's not necessarily a Dandy run, though.
You think I can
Be
take
that
Dandy?
way. Probably. He's, like, really slow. You just cannot get hit by him.
Yeah, he's basically a one strike.
Yeah, he's lethal.
Yeah,
like
he's
Dial,
lethal.
But he's very slow. Medkit.
Well, lucky me, I don't have any room.
Who did I just...
Oh, hi, Astro.
Oh, and Astro. Hi,
Oh,
Astro.
hey.
Where do I go?
He's not bad if you're good at stamina management.
Right.
I
That's
don't
basically,
even
like,
need
all the
stamina.
Twisteds, though.
Well, I guess I can distract by broken, but there's one right there by
That's
me.
fine.
So I need someone like Shelly to do it.
I think Brighton's just been staying at the elevator, not doing any machines.
He has.
That's honestly fine because they're probably here for just blackouts.
Isn't
I'm
that what
honestly
you do?
fine if they don't even. Oh, Asher's went to somebody else. I think Asher saw Gordy. I'm fine if Brady doesn't do anything. Low key, I'm not that kind of person who gets angry. As long as they're not in my way, I don't give a fuck.
Nah, not them leaving both the... Well, all of the tills are open. One of those tills has
Shelly.
money in it.
Shelly, please come.
Where?
Jesus, I can't with Astro. It's a broken elevator.
Should I take the med?
Yeah, just
Might
do
as
it.
well.
Where's the
Shelly,
oh,
the
it's
other
over there.
side. Other side, Shelly. I would pull you, but I need the pull for Pebble.
I personally think the solution is crucifixion. What?
Of course you said that. Ens is so real
yeah.
though. Ens
Oh hey, Gordy gave me
Gordy!
Gordy gave me extraction speed.
As long as
I don't
Gordy is
see-
not being seen, we're good.
Go go go
To
go.
be fair, Astro was actually saw me first. It wasn't Gordy.
I know, but I worry about Gordy because 1-star stealth.
I know, it sucks.
Brightney really needs to start doing machines.
It's all good. Honestly, I'm fine.
No, it's not. It's genuinely
she has
not.
good extraction.
Let's go
Yeah,
gambling.
she's a good extractor that we need. She's just been standing at the elevator, like, basically dragging us on. Because she adds another machine for us to do earlier, and then another twisted for us earlier. So she's doing nothing, and she's making it harder for us.
The harder it is, the funner it is.
That sounds so wrong.
That sounds so awful.
It's Tisha and Poppy. Tisha's over
Boxton?
here.
Boxton is loose. I can't get to him because I'm...
Would you like me to help?
No, I don't have a bark on me.
I mean, bring it on you, not me.
Ants, you gotta realize that you're talking to kids here. These kids don't know what lynching is.
They will soon.
Stop.
Hey,
I don't have my
let's
bark ability.
Go
Yeah,
check
come here.
to
Them off
see
you.
if Brightney's
Bye-bye.
being a useless fuck again. She is.
See, it wasn't a smooth one, but I got them on you.
Come on, Buster. Let's go.
I think Brittany is still new to the game, but grinds a lot. Or actually, she's pretty okay because she has the speedy shoes.
There's a machine right by the side door where I am. If a Shelly can do that for me, though.
I'm bored.
Just walking around
Okay,
taking
Brittany's
items
just
now.
literally taking items now.
I'm gonna go to the kitchen, so...
Last machine's being done
Watch
on
out,
noodle
Brittany's
arms
there.
over there, so
Did you just call me noodle arms?
am I wrong?
I think she's making her way back to the good Ellie. Yep, that's what she's doing. She shouldn't be doing that. She needs to, like, actually do stuff.
And
That's what she is! She's basically making it harder for us.
I'm gonna get reported.
come here, bagel.
Remember whenever
gotta
you
bring
could... Oh,
forces.
wait. Most of you guys are newer.
This
Do you remember whenever you could pull people out of the elevator?
Gordy
as
almost
Goob?
pissed me off. If I didn't press at that time, I would have grabbed Gordy instead of Pebble.
Honestly, that's fine.
I mean, what if I distracted Dandy and then you distracted the rest?
Well, Dandy's
you
really
want
easy
to.
to distract.
Actually, that's probably that might be a need to swap because I have so many bands. I have a band and a med kit.
Pookie, I have literally meds all my 3 slots.
Never mind.
Oh my gosh, this floor
Oh.
again. Hey, she's finally doing a machine.
Ben, Poppy, oh, not Poppy, it's Box and oops.
And Cosmo.
I don't know where to distract when I'm in darkness. There's
You're at broken right now, so that's fine.
I'm also at broken. With lower. Oh, sorry.
I don't have bark. I don't have bark. And Gordy, run, Gordy. Gordy.
Okay, I'm losing them.
You just fucking led them to me.
Oh, lead them
Asshole.
over to you know,
That's what I did.
Peb.
You asshole,
over
you just
here.
led them to me.
I'm Pep. I'm in the little mini corner area, but you should be
I also
fine.
led them to Gordy. This is what we
Gordy
professionals
literally
in
went
industry
onto
call
the
griefing.
machine. Gordy literally went on the machine.
Hey, Brittany's on
low-key.
last. Brittany's actually doing stuff.
Bye. Come here.
I lost them because I'm not confident in blackouts.
Blackouts suck. I'm guessing that,
We can decrease
I
the
wouldn't.
chance of a blackout. My stomach just made like the weirdest noise.
I'm so stupid.
Med? There's a arch tapes.
Yada, or Yada, Connie.
Yada, Connie, Boxton.
Yeah. Yo, I
How
got
many choices do we have?
speed.
3?
Yeah, there's 3.
I'm gonna go AFK for
Thank you,
1 second because I have to use the restroom.
Alright, you might want to
Sorry.
auto walk.
I'm not gonna be able to auto walk because last time I did that, I died.
Oh.
It'll be quick. I'll be right back.
There's one machine by me. I'm gonna try to move. I won't wait till my bark's back though.
No one has mentioned the thing I said.
I need to itch my face. How do you itch your face while distracting?
That's
you can
the
use
neat
just
part.
your keyboard.
I take a hand off. Well, I'm on a straight.
Well, I am.
Yeah.
I have moved. There's a machine right where I was. It's kind of by the end of
No.
good, I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
There's two primed.
I don't know, my
Oh, never
maps.
mind. That
That's
is a
Connie.
That's Connie.
Well, Gordy's right by me. You fucking piece of shit, Gordy. Can you not come near me, Gordy? Low key. Gordy, I hate you with a passion. You were really craving that machine, and I don't have my bark ability, so please be careful, gangsters.
Where are you? Oh,
Right
there
by
you
Granny
are.
Clips.
Granny Clips?
Yeah.
That's ants.
You,
That's ants.
Well, I'm at broken
did
up,
I
so don't
did
come
I
by broken.
coin that term? Granny
Yeah.
Clips, and now everyone's saying it.
Yeah.
Gotta wait for Gabby to get back. You touch the
Wouldn't it
machine, you are a
be,
dead man.
hilarious?
You are a
I'm-
dead man if
Where's
you do that.
Gabby at? Can't Goop.
Go into the
No,
bathroom.
wait.
Gabby is goop.
Gabby is Goob. I thought Ants was Goob for a moment. I keep forgetting these things. My memory's
know
bad,
Goob.
gangsters.
Or
How do you like
Scraps,
the
which
way
is why
that
I don't know
I'm-
Goob.
How do you like the way that I'm
Oh, you
moving right
should
now?
low key play Scraps and Goob.
I'm saving for V. And I'm so close.
Well, I'm saving for frickin' Sprout.
I already have Sprout. I saved enough.
Well, I have most of the commons. I just don't
Look at
have
my ears
Barsha,
jiggle.
Connie, and some other bitches. Oh, I'm lagging.
Look at my ears jiggle.
It's the jiggle jiggle skin.
They all jiggle.
They jiggle. It folds. I'd like to see you wiggle for sure.
For sure.
Sorry,
Laughing in
but
Fiat.
You're back.
sorry.
Go.
Please tell me when everyone's at Ellie.
Everyone's at Ellie.
Everyone's at Ellie.
Okay. Let's go, my children. We're going to the Ellie for things. Ha! Didn't get your aggro tapes, dumb.
Dandy, fuck you and fuck off.
Oh. I probably might have to drink medication later.
I'm surprised that nobody tried doing the machine I primed.
Dandy's a Riz phase.
You're
You are done with that. You are done, Ans.
done.
So you're taking Dandy, right?
Yep.
'Cause he's
That's what you
here.
said.
Wait, no.
He's here. There's a medkit right here. There's also Razzle and
Should I take that? I'll take that. Hey, big man.
you got him.
Oh, you're taking him?
I mean,
I'll
you
take
have
Box.
lower. I have. You can have him if you want.
Thank you, Obsidian.
What if I
You're
really
welcome.
don't? Oh,
You
shit.
really don't want to do Dandy?
I realized something. I accidentally said. I made a mistake. Big
What
mistake. I
There-
ran in Razzle and Dazzle because Boxton was chasing me.
Oh.
And I also ran because I realized I went right by both
Broken elevator
Gordy-
is clear. You can distract there. Can you by chance... Oopsies. I accidentally took Dandy. I'll diss him. I'll diss him.
Well, I don't know where. I need to get to Broken, so. Where is Broken?
Broken's like right next to where you were.
Okay.
Oh, bye. Ants, you know he lost.
Where'd he
the
go?
sister.
I
He
have
went
Dandy.
the other
I have
way.
Dandy. Don't worry, I
I
have
love how
him.
Boxer walked the other way and Ants didn't notice until someone mentioned it.
Okay, if you want to take him to Broken for me,
Okay. Watch out,
got
watch
him.
out, watch out, watch out. Okay,
I
you
got
got
him.
him.
I got
I
him.
just had to use my bark.
Oh fuck, Tish. Move! Move! Fucker!
Why? Can I go back now?
Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck!
Try not to kill each
I
other.
don't have my bark. I don't have my bark. I don't have my bark. I don't have my bark. You're gonna have to wait.
Oh, he's way faster than me. I don't have my speedy shoes. Should I lose him?
Yeah, lose him.
Okay, wait till I hide, thank you.
Okay, go, 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 go. Run.
Running, running, running,
Another
running.
Careful, Cosmo's with you.
Hi, Cosmo.
Oh, Cosmo's chasing Gordy. Just do that. Do the
You
machine.
really-
Do the machine.
Well, I lost Dandy.
Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! Watch out!
I know.
I'm just gonna go back here. I'm more
Fine,
comfortable right
Obsidian.
here than anywhere else.
I'm so sorry, Obsidian.
Scared the shit out of me just now.
You want to do the machine? I'm lagging.
No, I don't
Yeah.
want to do that machine.
My stam is so low.
I lag so bad, I flew from the wall to the machine on my screen.
Just get ready to go.
Hold on. Gordy's had Cosmo this entire time.
Yeah, Cosmo went to Gordy.
Am I taking Dandy to Ellie?
No,
Yep.
just lose him.
Okay, I'm
Taking him to Ellie with me.
Hey, we're dude. Just get ready to pull.
I was a little close. I almost got Gordy.
I don't have
Oh,
any space.
gamblers. Gambling. No!
Yes.
No! I wanted to gamble.
I
I
can't
didn't
say
have
that.
any envy. Maybe if I had an inventory space, I would be more down. But I don't.
Yeah, it is here.
Curse. Pebble and glue.
You gotta and Tisha. Can I get Tisha,
Oh,
please?
God, don't do that,
Come on,
Obsidian.
Tisha. And Poppy. I guess I'll.
You
I can
had
run past
me,
this
but
real
I
quick.
forgot.
I heard you say that, Obsidian.
Say what?
Brightney, you asshole.
What'd I say?
Boxton.
What'd I say? What did I say?
Sorry, Gordy. I'm running past
You
you.
wish
Why is there a clip?
that little giant rock little
Who
pea
clipped
brain.
what?
to
Why is there a
spawn.
clip?
I didn't clip anything.
24 hours.
Oh shit, whoops.
Oh,
wasn't
it was
paying
clipped by Ko-Fi Bot.
I did Ko-Fi bot clip something.
It clips it whenever you get, like, supported on Ko-Fi.
I almost missed that. I'll have you
Ow.
know.
Ow.
Me and my thing, me and my baby.
I think there's a machine over here by Broken.
Party.
I think I saw it when I was running away from Boxton.
Me and my monkey.
Me and
Monkey doesn't
me
wear
and my
any-
monkey.
When you're using either clown board or ribbon spool, what should you pair it with? Dog plush or running
plush.
shoes?
Dog plush.
Dog plush
Because
all
running,
the time.
I think running shoes got buffed to 10%.
No.
No.
I saw it said 10% earlier today. Because it usually is 2.5%, right?
Hold on.
No,
Oh,
it's been.
Everyone's at the
I
elevator.
think it's been like.
I thought you had
Me
Danny on me for a
and my
second. I was like, is that
monkey.
him again?
Na-na-na-na-na. Me and my.
Oh my god! Ew, Gordy farted in the elevator.
Cordy.
What's with the farting, guys? Oh, I don't like
In
the
the
farting
elevator.
accusations. I don't like the farting accusations.
Well, you could see it's not really an
Sprout.
accusation when you see them. Watch it be. It's
Oh,
Shelly.
never mind, Shelly.
Ah, that's
Hey,
Astro. It's Astro.
Shelly!
It's also Astro. Can I have some milk? There's also a box of chocolates right here. Hey,
I am
can
not
I
broken. Please bring them to me and broken.
There's a
Can
box
you
of
not have
chocolates
me
near the...
distract both the mains? God damn.
Does anyone need a box of chocolates?
Gordy!
I think Brighton
Gordy,
got
you
it.
need to run the fuck away from me. You need to walk the fuck away from me, dude. Gordy, you need to not even be in my vicinity.
You might want to stay away from me. I'm on a machine.
Okay, I'm going over here. This is why I need Gordy to get the fuck away from me, dude. You
Absolute.
see.
And so is Louis. Terrific.
Okay, I'm going through over
I know, I
here.
saw you.
Okay, I'm going to distract in this
Whoa.
little area.
Brittany has Louis.
I'm trying to get him.
I don't have my bark ability. Now I do. Okay, I'm gonna come. No.
Get your little sleep
Gordy's
buddy.
got.
Gordy! Back away.
Gordy grabbed some.
I got him. Got him. You got bark? You got bark?
I got it. I'm fine with getting hit.
fine.
Move, please. Me,
I-
please.
Um,
Move, please.
Louis
please,
on
move,
me.
move.
Louis on me.
Astro, come on. Come on, Astro.
Here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
I'm literally struggling because Gordy keeps walking over by
My
me.
fucking
And then
machine.
I'm losing my twisteds because Gordy keeps walking near me.
Brittany also
Oh,
took
Just bring it.
to the Twisteds.
Hey, go. Let me just do this machine right here real quick.
I am. I'm literally fine over here. I just need them all.
Briny has Louis and Astro. Just stay there
I'm
and let
trying
her...
to take them from her, but she's not. Okay, I got her.
No, her stealth is like
Go,
4 stars, I
go,
think.
Go gadget
Hey,
pixel
Okay,
Get bark,
stick.
get bark, get bark, get bark.
I'm bringing Louis to you.
Fuck, I got hurt. I got
Where
hurt.
are you?
Okay, I'm at 1. I have no more bands. FYI.
Oh, Shelly's
I'm
loose.
so cooked. I'm so cooked. I'm so cooked.
Did you die?
This fucking floor sucked.
Do I take
I
them?
died. Yeah.
Yes.
If
I don't have any like stamina
literally-
items, but I do have a lot of healing items.
Only if people didn't. If Gordy kept wanting to get that to machine. I kept watching them go back to the machine after they took my twisteds and then lost them, and then I'm like, come on.
I like how you're like protecting me.
I'm running out of stamina.
I
I'm running out of
literally-
stamina. I might have to lose them soon.
That's fine. She's hold on a little longer. Obsidian's almost done.
I'm almost done.
Go.
Okay, running. I'm out of
Come
stamina.
on. Where are you?
I'm
Okay.
fully
Gordy
out of
took
stamina.
Astro again.
That's fine. If Briny dies, she dies. See, I have you. No, we're doing piping tape because no one wants that shit. Okay.
I'm really blaming Gordy and freaking Brittany dog.
They
No.
They
kept on
should
going
have
to the
seen me.
machines by the distractor.
Oh, I wonder how no more pebble happened. Oh shit. Tegan's here. Tegan Toodles. Oh shit. And Connie. And
I'm
Louis.
fast enough. I'm fast enough now.
Yeah, it's blackout. It's a lot more easier for you. I did a machine by Pebble, but the only time I did it was when they were doing Ring Around the Rosies around the
I
block.
have 3 of them. Who's the last?
Connie.
Let me find-
Connie's here, so
I'm distracting
said
by broken,
duh.
but there's too many.
They said duh. I'll work on the machines by broken then. After I'm done with
Fine.
this. I'll work on
Wait,
machines by you
broken.
since I have
higher
like
stuff.
I'll work on yeah.
I'm going back to main.
That's
Main
fine.
elevator? Okay.
Yeah.
You can distract by me, you know.
Can you? Oh shit! I lost one. Can you tell them I'm distracting by main and not to go over there?
They'll probably do exactly that. You gotta explain it in stupid terms, Obsidian.
This near good. There's just one
Get to the
left.
elevator. You want to move from away from the elevator? Ants?
Sure.
Yeah. I was about to do this machine, and then I was like, wait a minute. I got a tape. And remember, Obsidian's a duck. I'm a duck. Just run.
I'm trying to make sure I speed rush to the elevator so I'm able to pull you.
I'm losing them. Fuck.
Who the hell was
I'm a
that? I just heard a chair
duck.
creak.
That was me. My chair is very squeaky. I need a new chair.
I'm returning to lobby. I'm just going to hang out in the lobby.
Yummy kales?
Alright.
Damn. Yeah, my chair's very squeaky. Oh yeah, there's another band-aid.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
Wow, on the floor, then I needed it. But I was dead. We're at
What do you say we throw against these
97% twisted Shelly research. 97.
Damn.
research I have?
I'm in pain. I'm in pain.
You're insane. You're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying.
know.
Clock strikes 12. Midnight
Oh, Flutter.
arrives.
Terrific.
Being a Roger main really
And
has its
Brusha,
perks.
and Louie, and Poppy.
Briny,
Just
I
meet
swear
me
to
at
God.
the broken elevator.
Briny, what the hell, bro?
Low-key, I'm
Owie.
just going to join a run because I need to pick up items. So that's my goal, is just to pick up items, I guess.
Just
I
meet me
have,
at broken.
Eclipse fully mastered now.
There you go. I can do this
Bring
machine.
Twisteds to Broken Alley for me.
Mhm.
Oh,
You're at broken. You're at broken. You're at broken. Dis
I'm
near
going
here.
over.
Dis near here.
I'm going.
Go here.
No, I'm going over to grab Flutter.
Oh.
Oh my god, they're all chasing Brightney.
Everyone's leaving this run. This is so sad. It's just gonna be
What
the
run?
blot already spend money on this run and everybody left. Oh, and the blot left too. That's crazy.
Usually, you always
I
look
got
at the
all of it?
people who are in the run. If it looks like a trash run, just only don't buy
I-
anything or buy a band only.
Or never
Because
buy
those
anything.
I didn't
probably
buy
not
shit.
really-
I don't buy
Yes.
shit at all.
Your Icar.
I always buy a band and a med.
Well, you're rich. We get it. You're like
I'm not
Salem.
rich. I only have about 3,000.
That's probably 3,000 more than Biggle, so.
Is there no items on this match? I'm just gonna grab items.
Bagel, how much ichor do you
Oh
have?
my fucking god.
Not enough.
No. Like, how much ichor do you have?
The number.
Like 3,000 something. I don't know.
Okay. So these Twisteds keep de-aggroing and then re-aggroing because just who's here?
Gordy.
Can you say stop going near broken?
Where's the
Bro
last
wants his
one?
machines, obviously.
There are no
Did the
machines
Eclipse
here.
leave? Yeah, they left. The
I'm trying
frickin'
to find the
Eclipse
last one. Where's the last one?
You said
I'm picking up items as I
rock.
go.
Did you just say good rock?
yes.
I'm gonna grief you.
Why?
Okay, Cosmo.
Am I wrong though? I'm gonna be a rockin' when I talk, it lights a fire in you.
You know what? You want to know what I can do?
It lights a fire in you.
Are you gonna air horn?
Well, now I'm not gonna do it. Asshole.
Did you guys find last?
No, not yet.
That is weird. Maybe it's in a corner?
I've been distracting for 13 minutes.
Oh, trust me, we
That's
had some, huh?
Go ahead, Obsidian.
Oh, I had a run a while ago. And this one dude had to go AFK while I was distracting Sprout. That shit was so annoying. Dude literally went AFK for at least like 15 minutes. And then they had to go the next floor, and I was so pissed off at them. Oh, it's over here.
This
Where?
entire time.
At Broken. That might be why.
Well, you can come and go from Broken anytime. And so can Goob, I assume, because of the diary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit. I'm seeing a little bit, but not easily. Go everybody already here.
I'm making
Come on,
two
go,
more
go, go,
loops.
go, go. No, don't even, because Astro's room's the longest, and they're already probably at the alley.
I can pull you if Hans has a lot of speed, so I can pull you if need be.
I'm right here. Pull Lance.
How does it feel to be pulled, Ants?
I just want
Everything
items, dog.
reminds
I
me of
don't
him.
even want anything.
Hi,
too specific.
Cosmic.
Damn, no one laughed at my joke.
I
What
don't
was the
think I
joke?
heard you.
I said everything reminds me of him.
Who's him?
Yeah, who's him?
I know who's him.
Oh my gosh, alcohol?
Oh.
Alcoholics
So
Anonymous.
guess what? I can't move for a couple seconds.
Help, 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 help.
Why isn't he? Ow, fuck.
Oh my gosh.
You still need help?
I got it. Roger's here.
There's two machines over here if you want to do
Who
one.
died?
Who died? Who just
Who's
died?
priming machines?
Connie.
Roger on floor in theater room. Oh yeah.
Do they mean that little room
No
right
stream
next to the
avatars,
right
you
of
can't attack, hug people. So stream avatars is only for whenever I'm doing art streams right now, until I get a new PC.
I mean, could be worse. Once my PC was for like, it was literally like a brick, and it was meant exclusively for.
That's
like,
a massive
Excel.
skill check. That's a large skill check. That's a chonky skill check.
Hi. Who just?
I'm gonna prime.
Hey, Aaron.
I just got pulled, and my response was everything reminds me of him.
What?
Obsidian, come here.
Alcoholics Anonymous.
Come here.
What?
Gordy,
Hey.
Gordy,
Oh,
Gordy, Gordy.
I'm gonna go
Also,
do the run of this
Sid,
thing.
were you about to ask me a question?
What the
Oh, I'm
fuck?
so sorry. I was getting ready to do the running machine.
Do the running machine. You
Oh.
got this. Do the running
I-
machine.
Sounded like someone was trying to ask me a question.
Gordy.
Am I crazy?
You're crazy.
Oh.
Crazy.
Hello, Aaron.
I was crazy
or
once.
Helios.
They locked me in a room.
Gordy?
Whatever.
Oh, I thought that was Gordy.
Oh yes, I'm Gordy now.
Okay. Automata.
So, Sid,
Yeah.
No way.
Ah. Glitch found out what it's like to have a not great admin today.
A
Okay,
what?
you wanna
A not great admin
do the
on a
running one?
Minecraft
Esa
server.
bueno, yo soy la única que te la estoy
Sid, I
guiando.
need you to come to me because there's a running machine right here.
Can we check that? I probably and I won't see my
Wait, what
screen.
happened?
There's a running machine
Okay.
right by me.
So, Glitch has a Minecraft server that they invited me to, right? It has me, Water, them, and a bunch of their friends, right? So we're all on there, right? They had a mod who not only lied about building spawn by themselves, right? They used cheats, but then played it off.
What'd you just say?
Sid,
What?
you wanna throw this?
Kind of.
Let's get big. Let's get our Biggle back. Let's get our Biggle back.
I think this is gonna be my last run of the night, though.
Give it a bed then. I want to get my Biggle back. Biggle back. Biggle back.
Do you want to try to at least
You
get to
wanna
floor
get
20?
Bagel back?
Huh?
Try to get
You
to
want to
floor
try to
20.
at least,
I'm in a
yeah,
match.
try to get to floor 20. R&D's
Two of you?
here.
So I'm not gonna be able to distract because it's not a blackout anymore.
Cosmo's here.
Should I just try to
There's a
extract
bottle
normally?
of pop.
Do you not have extraction trinkets on?
I have Vmote and Dogflesh because I was originally backup distract.
Oh.
Okay, it's Boxton, Cosmo, and R&D, I think. I don't know if who else is here, though. Stay hidden like the devs intend. Thank you, Go My Bot! Cosmo, I swear to God, if you fucking turn around, I will beat you. Okay. Good Cosmo. Good Cosmo. You get head pats instead.
You want to get past floor 20, or do you want to get to floor 20?
To floor 20.
Great. So just this floor then.
Well, this is the next floor. We're not throwing to... We're not
Oh,
throwing
today is
next
8.
floor.
This is 18. Whoops.
Yeah, this is 18. Corey missed whenever they first, like, tried to do their ability. It was kind of funny. I'm on machine 7.
Machine 8 is right by me.
Ooh, pulls away. Ooh.
I literally just need to pick up 6 more items and I'm done with Pebbles Mastery.
Just hurry up and do that damn machine.
And then I'm throwing this run immediately.
My gosh, I just lagged. What was that
I will be
lag?
dying soon.
Oh my god. I picked up a total of 5 items.
197.
But yeah, I really need a new computer. Kind of badly. If you want to throw during this floor, you can.
I will be.
Just leave Gordy. Imagine if there's Pebble. That would be funny. My love, I lift you up every time, everyone. Ooh, pulls away. Ooh, it's a mechanical.
There's Dial.
one.
Not Dial, sorry. He's the
Life from
mirror. Listen.
anyone, everyone wants to run.
You fucker, you scared me.
From
You can't hit me with a tube and expect me not to be scared.
Teehee.
You gonna join us?
Emotional, damn it!
What happened?
You gonna join us?
On Danny's world? No, I'm burnt out.
Obsidian, why have you become a gremlin?
When is Obsidian not a gremlin?
Anyways, who even's live that I'm following?
I can give you a suggestion. Once I get out of this run.
Maximum's
If you're wanting
online.
to stay
Forever
live.
KT is online. Lily Lee Live is online. England Hat is online. Airy Stinks is online.
Mana Crypt is online.
Manic! I love Manic.
I'm
gonna-
always trying.
Why are you on my live feed? Fuck off.
I'm always trying to get people to raid this one specific streamer, but they never do.
Who?
Oof.
Forever KT.
So, we're all going to bed or something?
I am.
Not all.
Mhm. Have a good night, Obsidian.
Good night. Who did you say?
Forever KT.
Bagel, are you still on?
Are they playing Dispatch right now?
They are playing Dispatch right now.
That's literally what I just asked. Okay.
I know. I gave you an answer. You asked and I answered.
Fuck you mean temporarily, bitch? You blind forever.
L. I mean what?
Anyways, I hope y'all have a nice day, night, whatever time it is for you. Be cool, be nice to the raidee. Ants has suggested Forever KT. They are playing Dispatch right now. Mystic was a mistake. Hashtag
Bagel.
FYMTB YBF.
Hi,
Let me
Bagel's
pop
my
that
name.
down
How can I
real
help
quick.
you?
Fuck?
What do you
Sid,
mean
what
the
did you
fuck?
spell?
Hashtag FYMTB YBF. Oh, hydrate? Okay, I'll hydrate. And stretch.
Oh, no, you
One
do
more
not need
time.
to do that, dude.
This is what I will be sending.
Wait, what did Ants put? And
Bagel.
where?
My little raid thingy. Anyways, I'm gonna go to bed. I'll probably be here tomorrow doing bagel. I'll do Bagel's commission.
They call me Sean.
Anyways. What?